record it. Okay. Can you hear me, Isaac? Okay. Right. So yeah, sadly we couldn't get Aaron back into the chat. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and talk about Zeus for a bit, and then after that I'll demo. I think you, Isaac, you already used to configuring the wallet anyway, so I wouldn't need to explain much of that to you. So yeah, we'll just go through the just the project, and then after that I'll demo the security layer to you. So all the ones that we've demoed so far were the network layer, where you have the nodes, and then you have your miners. So those form part of the network layer. The nodes, they can be installed by any business, any institution. Individuals can also have the nodes. And then the miners more will be geared towards more institutions. So companies that are running like solar energy projects, more electrical energy projects, some specialist recycling projects also can use the miners, because for instance, companies that burn rubbish that to generate energy or to generate electricity. I think there are some projects doing that, where they collect lots of rubbish, put it into this machine, the machine burns it, and then it generates energy. That energy, you can build miners near that that facility to then convert that energy into Bitcoin or any other proof of work cryptocurrency. And then after that, we talked about the application layer, which is what I demoed to you, where businesses can have their own shop fronts, really, if you like. So, they can have their services or products or on display, and users can come in there and spend either Bitcoin, they can spend USDT stablecoin, they can spend ETC, or they can spend Zeus, all from that same machine. So that will be the application layer. And then obviously we have the currency layer, which is what we are used to. So like, Bitcoin, Zeus, and all that. So then what I'm going to demo now will be, first we'll go through, just 1 second. So I'm just going to share that screen now. And then we're just going to open that up, and then just open Zeus itself. Right, okay. Right, okay. So this is the Zeus project. Isaac, I know you're already familiar with this, but just to go through, so the write-up talks about when Zeus was created, the kind of protocol it was created on. So it's a proof of work protocol that Zeus runs on. It falls into the category of an ERC20 token, which means that anybody that holds it literally has just 100% sovereign right over the token. So nobody can take it away from you. You can transfer it to anyone. You can store value in it. So the aim of the project is to really help engineers to be able to deploy their own Bitcoin nodes, and also research and develop Lightning Network infrastructure. Now that Lightning Network infrastructure will be developed on the Bitcoin nodes themselves. So first you have the node, and then after that you develop the Lightning Network on top of it. Zeus itself is already a working currency. So it runs on the Ethereum network. It's available on that machine, which we have. So which means that with Zeus straight away, you can start accepting it as payments. You can transfer it to people. There's only going to be a fixed amount of it of 1 trillion Zeus that would ever exist. None can ever be created anymore, and also none can be destroyed. So basically, the amount that is in existence is the only amount that's going to be in existence forever. Okay, over here we have the Zeus the smart contract, so which is the address that Zeus itself runs from. So really, it's just a software program, and that's the address that the software program runs from. These are some of the utility cases for Zeus. So like we demoed before, this is the node which you saw, and this forms part of the network layer. Again, this is an example of a transaction that someone is received directly to the node. So remember, you can use the node as your account. So basically, you don't need to keep your Bitcoin on an exchange, or you don't need to keep Bitcoin on someone else's wallet. You can keep it directly on your node, which is what we're encouraging people to do, because then that way you have self-custody of your coins. One of the ways that Zeus would be the utility of Zeus is that any institution or company that participates in projects with us. So for example, in this case, a recycling project, for example, like the one I described to you, where a company can be sucking in rubbish and burning it and then generating electricity with it. We could partner with them, and then they will use Zeus to kind of like recruit their workforce. So if you can get people to actually pick up the rubbish, whether it's plastic, sort it out into particular types, and then they would earn Zeus as a reward for it. So we can configure Zeus for the company. There will be, you can have multiple addresses of Zeus. So basically unlimited addresses of Zeus. So if it's 100-man workforce that are going to collect this rubbish and bring it into this recycling plant, we can configure an address for each one of those. And then the company can then send them the Zeus after they've completed the work. And also prove that they've completed the work. Right, okay. So the third utility would be the Lightning network. So again, you have the node, and then this is the Lightning network that you configure on top of the node, and then that can enable businesses to accept Bitcoin for free, really. I mean, for literally nothing. And it also arrives in seconds. Another advantage is that those Lightning networks, they are connected to other networks, other Bitcoin nodes in the world. So if someone sends a transaction and the transaction comes to pass through your node, you get some amount as a reward for enabling that transaction to go through. Over here is just a link for the demo to the application, which I think we've already seen, which I demoed to you in the first instance. So this one is just in there just to help anyone who wants to have a bit more clarity or practice with what the server can do. You can just come in here, pick what you want. This can be any business. It can be any business, because this is just an example. You confirm and then you pay, and then it generates your invoice. This one is an on-chain invoice. So yeah, if you pay with this, you would need like a Bitcoin hot wallet with Bitcoin in it. And once you scan it, the payment will go straight to the merchant. Okay, so here is just a distribution of how the Zeus tokens themselves would be released into the system. We've decided that 55% of them would go for institutions. So this one will be like big, large-scale Bitcoin deployments. So institutional level type deployments by maybe like a telecoms company, for example, could decide to build nodes all across the country. So maybe Accra can have one, Kumasi can have one, Bolgatanga can have one, Volta region can have one, those type of node deployments. And then from there, they would then be able to send Bitcoin on those nodes from one town to another, or however they want to do it. So the idea is that any of those institutions that come to partner with us to do this would have some percentage of Zeus as part of the investment that they would put into the company. 20% of it will be made available on a decentralized exchange. So that's just to give ordinary people also the chance to be able to buy Zeus if they want. By all means, they can earn Zeus by doing some work. So if there's a company that has Zeus and you come and spend Bitcoin in their premises, they can decide to give you Zeus as a reward. So yes, people can earn Zeus that way as well. The rest of these, by all means, people can take their time to go through it. But it just explains what percentages of Zeus will be using for particular purposes, like promotional drives, public relations, getting Web3 influencers, to talk about Web3 education. So yes, we use Zeus to reward them for that. Also, just to help, spread Zeus more evenly amongst populations. Okay, so over here is a write-up of how you can actually configure Zeus on your phone. So you can configure a Zeus wallet on your phone. So first, it goes through how you configure Ethereum Classic Network on MetaMask. By all means, everyone can take their time and go through this. We'll try to make it self-explanatory as possible. So the idea is that by the time you follow all the instructions one by one, so we've labeled it quite, legibly with pictorial directions, so at least you can follow it and create a wallet. So I'll just scroll down a little bit to here where you have all your network settings for Ethereum Classic. Once you input all these details correctly, you would then be able to have an Ethereum Classic account with Ethereum Classic at the top here, signifying the network on which you're on. And then once that's done, you would then be able to import Zeus into your MetaMask wallet. All it takes is really just clicking import token. You copy the contract address of Zeus, paste it in there. You click in here for the symbol to appear, and then you just import. And then from that point, you would then be able to see Zeus in your wallet. Again, if you need a reminder for the contract address, it's always there. You can always copy it. Okay. So then here we elaborate how you can earn or buy Zeus. So like I described before, you can earn Zeus from any participating business, really. So if we've gone to configure the machines for a business and they're using it to trade, and then you come there and spend some crypto, so it can be Bitcoin, it can be USDT, it can be anything. They can decide on their in their discretion to reward you with some Zeus for your custom. Another way you can earn Zeus again would be through the social impact project. So environmental waste cleanup projects, we can have Zeus there because the wallet itself is easy to use. It's just easy to use. So yeah, people can easily configure the wallet. The companies that are running the social impact project can distribute the Zeus to the people that participated in that cleanup project. Like we said before, a small amount of Zeus is available on a decentralized exchange called HeavySwap. This article gives you all the information you need to be able to navigate your way around it. So, to swap ET, to swap Zeus for ETC, and vice versa. This article walks you through that. Now, MetaMask gives you the option to be able to browse other blockchains as well. So after you've configured your wallet, you have your Zeus in there. You can access the browser, and then you can go to app.hebeswap.com, which is the decentralized exchange. And then from there, you can add Zeus as a tradable asset. And then from there, you have the option to be able to swap Zeus. You'll be able to swap ETC for Zeus and vice versa. So because Zeus exists on the ETC network, the native network is ETC. So if you want Zeus, you first have to get ETC and then swap it for Zeus. Okay, so I'm seeing the prompt that we have only 10 minutes left on this one. So I think I've exhausted a lot of the Zeus project already. A crucial part is that Zeus lets you create invoices. So for instance, if someone comes to buy something from you and you want to receive Zeus, you can generate an invoice. The person can scan it and then transfer the Zeus to you. So that's one of the powerful features of Zeus actually, because then you can generate an invoice directly on the fly. Okay, so because the time is running quite low, I'm going to leave it here. This is our value proposition for the project. Anybody is welcome to join. Any big investors can join, no problem. If they join, they can invest in us, and then they can have some percentage of Zeus as part of their investment in the project. We would like to work with, with recycling companies as well, because I think, especially for Ghana, I think that will be really, really beneficial. We'll be able to actually make some real impact, in the community, by just cleaning up harmful waste substances. And then the third one will be institutions. So institutions will be able to benefit from development and research in Web3. So Web3 is quite massive, and Zeus is Web3 because the coin itself exists on a Web3 blockchain. So you can build and run applications in Web3, of which Zeus is also just an application on that network. One of the last things which I want to talk about would be focusing on security. Now that's going to be the final demo that I'll show you. I'll show you what it is and just a sample, so you can have a look at how security works in blockchain in terms of hardware. So we want to promote education of cold storage for digital assets. The reason why we want that is, well, because we want people to, to have sovereignty over their currency. We don't want them to just have the currency and then it will just be sitting in an exchange somewhere and then anything happens and then they can lose their money. So we would train people on how to configure these hardware wallets and transfer their coins to them as well. Okay.
Bro, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's fine.
I can hear you. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now and demo the last bit, right? So the last bit involves let me just minimize that. So the last bit is the hardware storage. So we'll be able to configure the hardware for businesses. Let me see if I have an image of the hardware. Yeah, so if you can see the screen, let's have a look when it loads. Okay, so the hardware looks like this. If you can see it, it looks like that. You're connected by USB-C to your machine, and then you have a controlling program that would be able to then access the hardware. So this is the main suite of it. So if you can see here, you have most of the major coins in here. Over here, let me see, I have some digibytes in here, which are transferred from an exchange. So you can transfer it from anywhere. You can transfer it from another wallet even, and it will still arrive. So one second, I'm just gonna minimize that. So there's the second component of the hardware wallet is what we call a program we call Exodus. So Exodus integrates with the hardware wallet to give you this interface where you can control the hardware wallet. So here you have a normal wallet, which is like a non-custodial wallet. And then over here, you have your Trezor. So basically you can access your hardware wallet through this application. So because this application is more like intuitive. So if you see here, it's actually quite fluid in terms of the way it's designed, the way you get to use it. You can find out information about the projects here. You have your activity history there as well. If you want to send any, like for instance, digibytes to your cold storage wallet, you just click on receive, and then that's your address there. You can even click this to show the address on your hardware wallet, just so that you can be double sure that, hey, this is the right address that I'm sending the coin to. And then once you send it, it will just take a few seconds, and then the money appears in the cold storage hardware wallet. A similar way, you can also send money out of the hardware wallet. So for instance, let me see if I have any address around here. Just 1 second. Let's see if I have any address. So I'm hoping that I have an address of maybe like a hardware wallet, or maybe even a soft wallet. 1 second, let's have a look. Should be one somewhere. When it opens, right? Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, so hardware wallets, right? Okay, but at least you get what I mean. You
Yes,
can
yeah.
you can transfer coins out of the hardware wallet as you would any other wallet. You know, but this time the wallet is not like a software. You know, it's a proper hardware that you can disconnect from the internet. That you can disconnect from the internet, so that the risk, there's really no risk to your money being like siphoned or taken or stolen or anything like that by any scammer. Right. Just 1 second, PGP. How many minutes do we have? We have 2. Right. Okay, 2 and a bit. We have 2 and a bit minutes. Just 1 second. Right. Okay. Let's see if I can pull it. It depends on how quickly it loads. Right. Okay. So this is an address for digibyte, but this is a non-custodial address. So this is an address going somewhere else, so into another wallet. It is not what do you call it? It's not a hardware wallet, but then again, you know, it's just also another wallet. So this is the demo for sending the money out of the hardware wallet to that other external wallet. Now, this hardware wallet at the moment is connected via USB-C to the laptop. So you have to do a few confirmations on the hardware wallet itself before the money gets sent. But this is how easy it is to be able to send your money from your hardware wallet just literally to anywhere else. Now, the idea with the hardware wallet is that we'll be able to give businesses the option then to be able to secure their funds. So we would program the machines, for example, that, hey, by the end of the evening, maybe by the close of play, maybe 5:30 or something, just withdraw all the money that has been collected for the day direct to the hardware wallet. and then the business can then decide to keep the hardware wallet in a safe. They can keep it in a bank, so they can give it to a bank to secure it for them with their top security, or they can decide to keep it in their house. It's up to them, but at least at that point they have the option to have complete sovereignty of their money.
Right, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have few seconds to
Yeah.
to wrap up.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? I think we only have a few seconds anyway.
Yeah, we have a few seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think we are good with the understanding